All right, so let's go on. The same day, part 2, December 2nd, 2011. So, you got all my rant and raves on, part 1. I'm trying to do these back to back. But let's talk about the 99 percenters. Instead of them grouping behind me and all of us marching and them all carrying signs saying, not Caesar for president, Caesar for emperor, overthrow the United States, overthrow the state of California, overthrow all states who have in place governments that are designed to keep poor people poor. And I'll tell you how they do it. I've said it before in all my other videos. And I think I would have trouble sitting watching 70 of my videos where I could only extract, and I emphasize the word extract, the intelligent things piece by piece and put together a giant jigsaw puzzle, because all these videos are all ad-libbed. There's no rehearsal, nothing. This is coming from either my acting ability, like one of my tapes saying, is it real or is it Memorex? Am I acting or is it real? And the reason I say this is, of course, psychological effect. It's all psychological effect. Whenever somebody watches any of these YouTube videos, what do you get out of it? Do you get any money? Am I paying you to listen to my videos? No. But you're paying some company, big company, who's raking in multi-millions of dollars to have you as a customer plug into their as a provider. They're giving you a service. They're providing you access to the internet, and not without a hassle. Recently on the email, I got an email saying, if you don't update or link into Google accounts, your YouTube will be disabled. They'll close my account. I'm going, wait, why are you coming up with this stuff? Closing someone's account if they don't link with Google? Because they're trying to provide more complication instead of leaving it simple. Remember my previous tape just a minute ago? I said the slide phones, all this stuff. They're trying to psychologically change you. They're trying to force their kind of peace on you. You see, if you're with a phone and you have to be so delicate moving stuff around, they're thinking, whether they know it or not, by putting all this technology out there, getting rid of the buttons, gets rid of 2 dangerous roads we're opening. You're not going to have the frustration of hitting those keys, because that relieves frustration to some degree. You're angry about something, you're releasing it. But now you have to carefully punch the right buttons or the right screen. If you hit the wrong one, you'll have to go back, erase, and start over. See, don't you see where I'm going with this? They're making 2 special psychological roads by erasing one of the avenues of releasing your frustrations in whatever way you're doing. They're opening up new ones that could manifest themselves in even more violence. Maybe this is a secret way of the government psychologically trying to flush out all the evil people that have tendencies towards doing violent stuff when things go bad. Because the government wants to control you. They want to control you completely. So much so that they're going to distill you down into a creature that does things, I can't touch this too hard. Oh, if I hit the mouse too hard, it might bump it. And then I'll mess up my YouTube. Like anybody's going to listen to you anyway. I wake every morning in a situational depression, a quandary that has been forced on me by your society, not mine. Trust me, if I was in charge, not as president, but as a dictator, I guarantee you all this crap that's been happening to people would be over almost overnight, even if I had to use a military to do it. Because you people are out of control. You're either too fat, too lazy, and even though you get some help from some television programs, the exercise programs, the change your attitude programs. Let's see, who can I think? Oh, Tony Robbins, and he comes up and and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. You know what the real crux of our human condition is? First, you have to take care of your health. And it isn't just eating the right foods. We're all born with 6 to 7 genetic defects, which means that not all of us are going to be able to follow a template, a standard program of health issues, like the pyramid. Health issues can be complicated for each and every person. We're all pretty much the same genetically. We can track down and find out through genetics whether a person is a father or a mother of a child that they claim that they're a father or mother to. We catch criminals, rapists with genetics. But in all this technology, people are still ill. They're still unhealthy because they're following the wrong people. I'm the right person to listen to. And I'm not the only one. There's tons of people out there that really are educated. It's not just the nutritionists and the doctors. What about the people that are setting new guidelines by finding out new discoveries about what we need to eat every day, to supplement every day? I could waste a lot of my time right now. We're 6 minutes into this video. I have to lean forward to look at the numbers up here. And if people aren't going to follow my rule, my advice, my suggestion, and when I say my rule, it's my rules according to my discoveries. But this very same society that I criticize, that I constantly am harping about for all the damages they've done to me, I really don't want to help you. You, the public, are going to see me die like everybody else and never know what I could have accomplished if you had just left me alone. Because you certainly are not going to be able to make amends for all the damages you've done to me. The city of Los Angeles, the county, all these agencies, the false reports that were done on me. The story is too complicated. It's too big. I'd have to sit down with screenwriters, script writers and screenwriters. And I have to spend probably months with them, telling them all of the civil rights abuse and the violations that have taken place in my life, and make corrections. And it would probably take months on end before we'd get it right and then do a movie about it. Because I guarantee it's a movie that you will never forget. It's a movie where, yes, you'll find yourself laughing parts of it, but most of the time you'll find yourself probably, if you really are a good-hearted person, you'll find yourself getting so angry at what these people did to me. Because what they did to me was steal my years. You know, every time you interfere in a person's life, even if you're using a zoning law or whatever, you're affecting their financial standing. You're affecting their ability to pay a credit card payment next month. You're affecting their ability to even pay their rent. And these people will tell you when you confront them, whether it's building inspectors, police, when you do this, even though you say you have to uphold the law or the rule, you haven't taken into account of weighing the rule, looking at the rule, and the damage you're doing. Of course, the authorities will turn around and tell you, well, that's why we have courts. We accuse you, we give you the ticket, we give you this, and then you have to go before a judge. Before a judge? For a car in my backyard? Are you nuts? Are you out of your minds? You're crazy. Your whole society is crazy. It doesn't make sense. Like I said in one of my other videos, if Thomas Edison and Nikola Tesla were alive today and we didn't have electricity, and I hate to repeat myself, but I have to because not everyone is going to watch every one of my videos, they'd be bludgeoned to death with the zoning laws, and no one would allow them to do any of the discoveries that they'd make, which would give us our electricity, our computers, I mean, if the day the earth stood still really happened, can you imagine? Everything electrical, dead. No generation of electricity, nothing. All dead. You have a bunch of junk, eyesores, sitting all around everywhere, in your home, in your house, TV set not working, all of it dead. Because you're relying too much on electronics and not concentrating on alternatives in case those electronics ever go out. DVDs. They screw up all the time. I wish they'd never gotten rid of analog TV. If I was a multi-billionaire, I'd buy all the analog equipment and I'd start rebroadcasting on analog. Why? Because there's still a lot of analog TVs out there, and you know what? I liked it when I had analog. If a car or a truck drove by my house and I have an antenna, I'd get a little bit of snow, very light snow, or a ghost image would go, and then, but it wouldn't disturb the video. It wouldn't disturb the sound, the audio. You could still hear the movie or watch the program or watch the news or watch some hurricane or tornado warning. You can watch it without being interrupted. Now, you got a damn video thing on, and all the digits come in. When a big truck drives by, the digits, you don't hear any sound, you don't hear any video. If it's something important, the government or the news media is trying to tell you about a natural disaster, you're going to miss that instruction completely because something drove by your house. Oh, of course you could get cable. That won't interrupt anything, but man, you got to shell out that money to that cable company every month. No, I like the airwaves. It's free. I just hate digital. And I can't stand DVDs. They break up on you all the time. I want to keep my stuff on videotape. Videotape is cheap. It's cheaper than this lousy disc. Blu-ray, regular CDs. The iPod is a great invention. That condenses everything into putting 10,000 songs on one little deal. That's great for entertainment, for music. I think that's great. But for video and audio reception, I think that digital, they brought it on too soon. They should have perfected it a lot more. You have to get an antenna that can't be affected by weird weather elements or some, like I said, some big thing passing by your house or an airplane going over. I could go on and on. Excuse me. At all the pet peeves I have. No, give me my analog TV back. Give me my videotapes back. I don't care if they take up too much room. I'd rather have the videotapes than I have all this crap on DVD. At some point, maybe they'll have a hard drive big enough to hold as many movies. I'll call it the iPod movie box. And they have the iPod sound box. So you carry out, 10,000 songs on an iPod and 10,000 movies on an iPod box. Still, the point I'm getting is we've pushed technology right off onto people, and then people, when things screw up, they throw it away and they go off and buy another one. And there's another danger. We're filling the junk. We're filling all this junk, all this electronic hazard stuff into the landfills, and lead and mercury and all this cadmium, all this stuff. You people need your head examined, all of you. And it doesn't. You need to stop watching the television set. You need to just put that out of your mind. Stop listening to the politicians. Stop. Listen to me instead. Let's have a plebiscite. Protest against the country. I'm asking every citizen of the United States, all at the same time. All at the same time. Don't pay your taxes next year. Screw Obama. Screw the federal government. Screw your city government. Californians, stop paying your taxes. Tell the government you're going to get rid of your car, so you can't threaten me with me not being able to register my car if I don't pay my taxes to Sacramento. You know what? Jerry Brown, Schwarzenegger, all you government officials, you're all full of it. We want to be in control again. And the only way you're going to do that is one person. Have a plebiscite, have a free election, and elect me as your emperor, not as your president. You know what? You can have your presidential election, have your president, have your vice president, but guess what? I'm over them. I'm over Congress, over the Supreme Court. That's what you need. And you don't believe me? Watch it get worse, and it's going to. And expect another earthquake over on the East Coast. I hope the Washington Monument falls on its face. That'll teach you all a lesson.